presentation is not very long. Okay, once again, my name is Viviana Matthews, and I'm the interim director at Clatsop Community Action. So every county has a community action agency which receives federal, states, and private grants. Everyone is aware of that, correct? All right. So we are located right across the street, 364, but we have two other different locations. Our Astoria office, as I mentioned, is right across the street. We also have an office at Providence Seaside Hospital, and we also manage the Regional Food Bank, which is located in Warrenton. So what we do is we do a lot of information and referral services to low-income recipients. We also do a lot of different supported housing programs, energy assistance, and one of the housing programs, so I'm gonna talk a little bit about the housing program, which is such a high in demand in low-income families. We receive fundings for 5 different housing programs through federal grants. We also have 8 housing programs through state funding. We have partnerships for housing programs with the Northwest Oregon Housing Authority, DHS, which is Department of Human Services, and CBH, Clatsop Behavioral Health. And we also receive fundings from the state under State Homeless Assistance Program, and all the 90% of the monies that we receive, we pass to shelters here in Clatsop County. We have 3 shelters that we're passing money through. One is Helping Hands, the other one is the Harbor, and we are going to be passing monies to the Warming Center here in Astoria. And we also own the Hilltop apartment complex, the one by Peter Pan Market. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we own those blue buildings, yeah. And we not only own them, we manage them, but we also case manage every single tenant if they wish to. We have tenants there that are tenants from Hilltop for over 10 years. So and the rent there it's very low comparing to the rest of the market, which 2 bedrooms about $600. That's unheard of in Clatsop County.
So is that the wraparound services?
That's a wraparound services, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then last fiscal year, we just ended on June 30, we assisted 470 households in Clatsop County, close to $300,000 on financial assistance. And when somebody comes in to ask for rental assistance, we don't pay directly to the client, we pay directly to the landlord. And we have a requirement list, and one of them is for them to have a contract. With the Energy Assistance Program, we have 5 different fundings, including the Woodlot Program, which is a partnership with the Sheriff's Office here in Clatsop County. And last fiscal year, we helped 3,600 households were 3,600 households were assisted, and that's the amount for all those 3,670, $404,000. And that helps with electric bills, gas bill, furnace, and all of that. One of the very popular program that we do have is the personal care pantry. Is, as you know, or probably know, that the SNAP benefits does not pay for personal care, such as shampoos and toothbrushes. So we do have that program in our office. And last year we helped 2,100 with $4,000. And we do not receive any funding to run that program. So that is pure donations. Mm-hmm.
So if a person wanted to bring it, we could bring something to our office?
Yes, we do. We accept everything to our office. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And sometimes we do receive monetary donations, and it goes straight to the personal care pantry. Yeah. We also, as I mentioned before, we do run the Regional Food Bank, and we receive fundings through Oregon Food Bank and we distribute to many different partners. So it's the regional food bank in Warrenton is very much like the umbrella. So we have the regional food bank, and then we have partner agencies that receive fundings or receive food from the regional food bank here in Clatsop County. So for instance, the St. Vincent de Paul, per se, they purchase some of the food from our regional food bank at very, very low cost. Yeah. I believe it's like $1 for £6 for $1 in those regards, yeah. So last year, emergency food bank and produce boxes, we distributed 22,000 and to 65,000 individuals. That's a little bit of, not a little bit, a lot duplicated number. In meals, there were a little bit over 86,000 meal sites. Backpacks is the backpack program. Everyone is aware with what the backpack program is?
Pack those backpacks, that's the most fun ever.
So every child goes home with a backpack on the weekend with essential items for them to have, like peanut butter, jelly.
They cook themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we distributed over 1.6 million pounds last year.
How wide an area?
What was that?
That, how many counties is that?
That's only in Clatsop County.
Just in Clatsop County? Wow.
Yeah.
What's the
Because
primary?
we only have
funding
37,000
So
people.
I'm glad you asked about the funding source. The housing department and also the energy assistance department, 92% comes out of grant writing, the fundings that we receive. The food bank, it's the opposite. And then we have about 10%, less than 10% volunteer or donations. The food bank, it's quite the opposite. 97% it's managed through donations, and the rest is grant writing. So all of our numbers from the monies from the regional food bank, it's all 100%, most of it is donations. Yeah. And we're talking about the donations, the dollar that you leave at Fred Meyer's to corporations. All of that, yeah.
But we bought food too.
Yes.
We would go to Costco. Ladies can go to Costco and buy food or get donated food, and we'd pack those backpacks, and we had fresh vegetables for the kids to take home, and just protein and everything that they could use, the little yogurt squeezy things.
Right.
It was way good fun.
I have a question. When you do go to some of these retail big boxes, do you pay retail or do they give you a discount?
So, okay, so then we don't buy our food from the retail stores. We buy them from the from Oregon Food Bank. The retail stores like Fred Meyer's and Walmart and Costco have this great program that is called the recovery program, the produce recovery. Whatever they don't sell, they donate back to the regional food bank, and we distribute.
So we were just community volunteers. We're just lady do-gooders, you know, and it was just great. It was fun to come together. It would be between 6 and 12 of us. And we went to the food bank, they went shopping at other places, we bought stuff, we brought it, we packed it up, and the kids went into the schools and the kids took it home for the weekend.
Yeah, and then what we do yearly is the Project Homeless Connect. I don't know if anybody knows about that, but one of the, for us to receive fundings from the state and the federal, we are required to count our homeless or nearly homeless population in the county and provide a number. And this number is very public. You can go into Oregon Housing Community Services and find what the homeless population is in Clatsop County. So then we are required to count the homeless, and that's how we get our funding for the next 2 years. So every year we do a Project Homeless Connect, that we connect all the people who are experiencing homelessness to different agencies such as employment, Lower Columbia Hispanic Council, you name it, they're all in there. So So we provide that service. And as I say, point in time count, we count all the homeless like everywhere else is required to be counted the last week in January. And then we are taking that lead for Clatsop County. And we also publish the resource guides. I don't know if you are familiar. I brought some of those too.
Is the point in time count, is that a normal function of CCAs?
Yes,
Okay.
that is something that we are required to do.
Okay.
To be able to keep receiving fundings through the state and federal government. Yeah. So that was it. Short, sweet, lots of information, no pictures. Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. So we are right across the street. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to come and visit us. Thank you. Yes.
So I have a question. To get people involved in community and unstable housing situations, do you think that there's a way that we can reach out?
Yes.
And try to get them involved?
So we do have, as I mentioned, we do have about close to 15 different housing programs, from one-time rental assistance up to permanent housing programs. And we do have about 100 households who are under case management, continuous case management, and we will not have any issues whatsoever to contact them and see if they want to be involved. Absolutely.
What's your phone number?
325-1400.
I may be confusing with other programs, but I've worked before with people who were waiting on a list to get housing assistance. How, is that you? And
So
how
we
long is the
don't
waiting list?
have a wait list, but North Oregon Housing Authority does.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's.
Yeah, what we do, we have an interest list. We do an assessment on anybody who's looking for housing who is homeless, because we are required to have that list, that interest list.
Yeah.
And once we have an opening, we see who is going to be matching that
Yeah.
housing program that we have. Because we don't want to house somebody who just need one-time rental assistance into a permanent housing program.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that the permanent housing program is for somebody who's been chronically homeless, somebody who needs more than just one month rental assistance. It needs wraparound services.
Okay, I just, because
Yeah,
I know
that's
the
NOAA.
waiting list could be 2 years.
The wait list for NOAA, it's over, no matter what people, well, maybe I shouldn't say. But it's over 2 years, probably double that.
Yeah. People often their situation.
Well, the wait list for NOAA, North Oregon Housing Authority, it's not even open to Clatsop County yet.
Gosh.
Well, thank you for having, yes, you have a question?
I'm really glad that you approached this from a number of angles. Do you have a feeling for the percentage of population you were not able to reach?
So what I can tell you is I'm a number person. So I can tell you a number of people that come into our office and were not able to be receiving services because of lack of funding or lack of opportunity. And it's about 30%. Last year we saw 15,000, we did 15,000 services in 1 year. So people come in for information referral, housing assistance, rental assistance, energy assistance, you name it.
Could you briefly describe categories of homelessness?
Yes. So we have, so I have to speak from the state point of view, I guess. So there are different kind of homelessness, right? Chronically homeless is somebody who's been homeless for over a year, has a disability, either mental or physical disability. And then we have also non-chronically homeless, just regular homelessness. And well, when we just did the count in 2018, Clatsop County homelessness surpassed Yamhill County by about 20%. Yeah. I would hate to give you a number without having it in front of me.
So
but
how
it
many
was,
categories are there?
so how many categories of homeless? So it's about four different categories of homeless. So chronically homeless, DV, somebody who is experiencing domestic violence, fleeing domestic violence is considered homeless under the federal regulation, and also youth are counted as separate, and under 25 years old.
I know it's impossible to speak with a broad brush about, because I presume every homeless person has their own story.
Yes,
I'm thinking of John Waddell.
yeah,
I'm interested in engaging with the same question that Todd, that when we did the housing study, there was no interest in the homeless issue. There was no, from what I could gather, there was an attitude of, why would we want a homeless person involved in this process? What do they have to contribute? What do they know, have to share about housing? And there is such an incredible mental gap between the person without a home and the public system that's supposedly addressing housing. You know, and I've seen it from the top ranks of my colleagues in planning. You know, I know there are great studies about involving homeless people in the process,
right.
and tried to bring this sort of thing up in our county charter review. Absolutely no interest in broaching the topic. You know, so it's an interesting, you know, you can't simply say, you know, well, we have 4 categories.
Right.
Because you have that many thousands of individual situations. And I'm grateful that you have a better feel for it than probably anyone else here in the room.
Well, but I've been doing this for close to 20 years too. So.
Thank you, and don't give up, because no one gives a damn.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate all your efforts. I really do. Thank you.
Well, Robert, I just want to acknowledge you for your persistence and perseverance, because you keep on being involved, keep on raising this issue, and hooray and well done to bring it forward so that this group can engage in that. It's an essential part of having a healthy community.
Right. Thank you.
Is there something on your website that chronicles whatever the latest housing survey was?
Yes, our website is pretty up to date.
Thank you.
Thank you.